Did you just switch curriculum in the middle of the school year? If you have, then you'll want to keep watching this video because in it, I'm going to share with you 3 things that I think are really important for us to keep in mind if we've switched curriculum mid-year. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Janelle Knutson and I am a homeschooling mom to 7 children that range in age from adult down to toddler. And this school year, I switched math curriculum for 2 of my kids. And it got me thinking about some important things that I needed to keep in mind, and I thought they might be helpful for you as well. So let's go ahead and jump in and get started. First of all, let me apologize for my scratchy voice. I lost my voice last week, and it is slowly, very slowly coming back. But I have so many videos I want to get out to all of you homeschool moms, and I just couldn't wait any longer. I thought, a video with a scratchy voice is better than no video at all. So we'll make do with the voice I have. The first thing that is important for you to keep in mind if you've switched curriculum in the middle of the school year is that you are not behind. You are not behind. I know that there's a tendency to think that we're behind. We switched curriculum mid-year. If we had purchased that curriculum in the beginning of the school year, we would have been halfway through it already. We think now I only have half of a school year or a third of a school year or whatever you have left to get a whole year's worth of curriculum done, and we can just feel like we are so far behind and just feel defeated before we even start the new curriculum. Well, let me tell you, let me encourage you, you are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Because I'm going to guess that if you switched curriculum in the middle of the school year, you did it because you thought it was the best thing for your child or for you or for your family and the life situations that you are dealing with. And if it is the best thing for your child or you or for your family, then it's exactly where you need to be. That means you're not behind. You are exactly where God wants you to be. And so just be encouraged that if you switch curriculum in the middle of the school year, you are not behind. That's something that I have to continually remind myself. Janelle, you are not behind. You're exactly where you need to be. And you have the curriculum that you need to have, and it's the exact place you need to be at. So that's the first thing that we need to keep in mind. The second thing that is really important to keep in mind is that you don't have to complete all of the curriculum. Just because you got a new curriculum in the middle of the school year doesn't mean you have to do all of that curriculum. You can definitely skip sections that your child already knows. You can skip sections that you think aren't important for your child to know, or skip sections that you realize, my child's going to be introduced to that concept or that topic next year or in a couple years, and so it's okay if we don't do it this year because they're going to get that. That's going to be covered in years to come. You can skip things. You can also just decide, hey, you know what? This is the last day of school for us in this school year. This is as far as we got in the curriculum and we are done. Close the book, put it away, you're done. It is okay if you don't get all the way to the end of the curriculum. So just keep that in mind. For me, that means that my children that I switched math curriculum for, as I open up their math books, their new math curriculum, I'm noticing that probably about a third, if not more, of the lessons, my kids already know. They covered that already in the previous math curriculum. And so we are just skipping those sections. No big deal. They don't need to do them again if they already know them. In years past, if I've switched maybe to a different science curriculum, there might be topics that I think, we've already covered those in years past, or we're going to kind of dive into that a little bit deeper next year in a different curriculum. So I'm going to skip those sections and those lessons. And sometimes I get to the end of the school year and I just think, it doesn't matter how far we've gotten. We're just done. We're done with this curriculum. We've gotten as far as we could and we're done. And that's absolutely okay. So just want to encourage you, again, you do not have to use all the curriculum. Look through and see what things you can skip, what things maybe you don't think are important for your child to learn this particular year. The third thing that I think is really important to keep in mind is that finishing that curriculum the next school year does not mean that you are behind. I know, again, that there's a tendency to think, oh, I didn't finish the curriculum this year, so now we have to carry it out to the next school year, which means now we're even farther behind because the next school year we're not going to start new curriculum. We're going to be finishing up from last year and yada, yada, yada. We just feel like we're so behind. But let me ask you a question. Who said that we had to use a particular curriculum in one school year? Why can't I choose to use the first half of a science curriculum in the second semester and the second half of that science curriculum in the first semester of my next year? I'm a homeschool mom. We're homeschooling. We can choose to do these things. So instead of feeling like you're behind and next year you're just playing catch up, change your mindset to say, you know what? I am making the choice. I have made the choice, and it is the best choice for my family. I am making a choice to use the first part of this particular curriculum at the end of this year, and I'm going to choose to use the second half of the curriculum in the beginning of next year. Or better yet, save yourself some money and say, hey, I'm going to use the first half of this curriculum at the end of this school year, and next year I'm going to take the second half of the curriculum and stretch it out over the whole year. Make it last a whole year. Maybe it's a science curriculum and you can beef it up with some, supplemental reading from the library and some extra experiments or things like that. So don't think that just because you're carrying the curriculum over to the next year that now you're behind and you're just falling more and more and more and more behind every time. Absolutely not true. You have chosen to use one part of the curriculum at the end of the school year and one part of the curriculum the next school year, and that's absolutely okay. Nobody said that you had to use one science textbook in one school year. Now, these are things that I have to constantly remind myself because I often feel like I'm falling behind in homeschooling, especially when I've switched curriculum in the middle of the school year. And so I am saying these to you as I'm saying them to myself, that we are not behind. We are exactly where we need to be. And it is okay to skip things that your child already knows, skip things that you think aren't important or relevant to your child, or you know that they will learn in years to come. And it is absolutely okay to make the choice to use that curriculum, that second half of the curriculum, the next school year. I hope this video is an encouragement to you. Make sure to subscribe so you'll be notified of new videos in the future, and share this video with friends if you think they would be encouraged by it as well. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.